Have you been scrolling through your feeds lately and just felt like something's off, a little less human, maybe? Well, today we're going to dig into exactly why that is. We're going to look at everything from the AI-generated slop that's flooding our screens to the massive global hardware wars that are really fueling this entire shift. Let's jump in.
Okay, let's start with a number, 54%. So what is that? Well, according to some recent audits, that's the slice of content shown to new users on short-form video apps that's considered low value. And yeah, that figure is absolutely staggering. It's a huge red flag, pointing to what the internet is actually becoming.
A huge piece of this puzzle is something called AI slop. You've probably seen it. It's content that's cranked out by AI, often with zero real meaning, and it's designed for one thing and one thing only, to grab your attention. When you mix that stuff with other low-value brain rot clips, you get to a point where it's making up over half of what some people are seeing every single day.
And all of this data is starting to validate a really powerful hypothesis. The platforms, they're getting better at knowing what keeps you glued to the screen than any human creator ever could. So the question becomes, why would they even need creators anymore? The next logical move is for the platforms to just generate their own personalized content for you, shifting from hosting creators to, well, becoming the creator.
So what's really the engine behind all this? It's not just that the AI is getting smarter. No, it's a completely ruthless war for integration. And you know, the battle of the chatbots is the perfect case study. Just look at these numbers. It feels like just yesterday that ChatGPT was the undisputed king, right? It had 87% of the market. Today, that number has just collapsed down to 68%. The reason why this happened is really fascinating.
See, the winner here isn't necessarily the smarter AI. Gemini's incredible surge is all about its strategy of integration. It's being baked into everything, your browser, your phone, your email. It's no longer a place you have to go to. It's a utility you basically can't avoid.
So the market is teaching us a pretty brutal lesson here. Being seamlessly useful right there in your workflow is way more powerful than just being new and exciting. It turns out convenience, well, it absolutely crushes novelty.
Now, all of this incredible software has to run on a physical engine, right? And that engine is getting faster at an exponential rate, which brings us to the hardware arms race. Check this out, 200 times. Chinese researchers just demonstrated a 200-fold increase in video generation speed. I mean, that's a leap that was almost unimaginable just a year or two ago.
And this has a massive real-world impact. We're talking about a task that used to take several minutes, now happening, for all intents and purposes, instantaneously. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a fundamental change in what's even possible, and it's all because of next-generation hardware.
This insane hardware race is forcing the big tech giants to take control of their own destiny. Samsung, for example, is now developing its own in-house GPUs. Why? To get away from partners. They're copying Apple's playbook here, because they know that to truly optimize for AI, you have to control the whole stack, from the chip all the way up.
And its incredible acceleration in hardware, it's not just happening in some lab somewhere, it's already out in the world, disrupting entire industries, optimizing old ways of doing things, and sometimes optimizing them right out of existence. Just take e-commerce as an example. The traditional product photoshoot has always been a huge bottleneck. It's expensive, it's slow, it's a pain. Well, that entire process is now being replaced by AI-driven simulations that can get you the same, if not better results in an instant.
And the cost? It's just plummeting. According to one provider, you can generate a single, high-quality product image now for less than a single cent. This completely rewrites the rules of the game. A small business that needs hundreds of unique product shots can now get them all done in minutes. Something that used to require a massive budget and weeks of planning is now as easy as giving a single command to a computer.
But this ferocious technological race doesn't happen in a vacuum. It all builds up to this high-stakes global conflict over what has become the single most critical resource of the 21st century, semiconductor technology.
A recent case of industrial espionage really throws this into sharp relief. You have this critical 10-nanometer memory technology, right, developed by Samsung. It gets illegally transferred to a firm in China. And what happens next? That same firm is now a direct competitor, using the very technology that it stole. It's unbelievable.
The financial fallout from something like this is just staggering.
Samsung is projecting short-term losses in the billions. But the long-term damage? I mean, as a new competitor uses its own tech against it, that could potentially hit $1 trillion.
So when you pull it all together, the AI slop, the wars for integration, the hardware race, this massive economic disruption, it all leads to one final really big question. As we build these incredibly efficient systems that optimize every single process, from our entertainment to our entire economy, what's the end game here? You have to ask, when technology optimizes every process, what is left to be optimized? Thanks for joining this explainer.